T-SQL supports loops like other programming languages. You can create loops in T-SQL using go or while structures. Go 3 means run all pieces of code above it 3 times. It cannot be defined with begin and end. It can be defined with while, begin and end. The cycle continues until the condition is met. Go is risky because it runs every piece of code on top of it. Generally, the while structure is preferred for the loop. We can better understand how it works by making an example in SQL Server. Go 3 means run all pieces of code above it 3 times. Select query was run 3 times. Go 2 runs pieces of code 2 times. It is dangerous to use Go for loops in T-SQL because it runs all the pieces of code on it. It cannot be defined with begin and end. Let's focus on the second example. I defined an integer variable and set it equal to 0. The number will be increased by 1 each time and printed to the console with select. Normally we expect 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to be written. But as I said, the Go loop runs all the pieces of code on it. Therefore, each time the variable will be equal to 0 again. This is a problem. Therefore, it is more accurate to define loops in begin and end blocks. We can do a similar example with while. As in the other example, I defined an integer variable and set it equal to 0. As long as the variable is less than 10, it will continue to work. Let's make an example using a table. I will create a table with students' exam scores. I am sending 10 data to the table. I can access the data in the table with select. I add a column to the table. I will update the column with a plus sign if the exam score is higher than 50, and a negative sign if it is lower. Using select, I can see the newly added column. It currently has null values. We can perform the update operation using if and while loops. I create 3 variables, ID, grade, and result. The process will continue as long as the ID is less than 11. I set the grade and result columns in the table equal to the variable. I define an ID in the where section. Therefore, every time the ID runs, the next data will be fetched. Using the if query, I update the grade column by ticking plus if it is higher than 50, or, if not. Finally, I increase the ID variable by 1. The update process is completed in a short time. I can access the data in the table with select. As you can see, the update process was done using an if and while loop. Thanks for watching. To support us, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the video.